An interesting match. I think this is actually the same match, the same lineup we saw Fraser play against Dart in match 1, our first match of the day today.
Yeah, and also there was another match earlier on where in Blackout versus Pinpingho, where Pinpingho was the shaman, was one turn away from lethal, and then Blackout was able to do 28 damage in a single turn.
Yep, really solid stuff for the Arcane Golem, Cold Bloods, and Shadow Step.
Yep.
It's cool to see Miracle Rogues survive after so long. It's one of the most consistent decks that we've seen with very little variation like over the past few months.
Like the cockroach of Hearthstone.
It will never. Well, I guess that depends on whether you're playing it or playing against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you're the cockroacher or the cockroachy.
The cockroachy. D2 starting with a coin. Pretty good thing for any Miracle Rogue player to see.
Yeah.
Got a sap in hand against the Shaman. That's actually not going to do that much, I feel. Shaman is, a lot of really low drops, and then, of course, the Alakir, it's like, oh, you gave me my Divine Shield back. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, and, I mean, the Rogue in this matchup, if the Shaman does not get a great curve early on and plays the matchup slowly, that's exactly how the Rogue wants to play this, because he'll be able to get to that turn 5 easily, play that Gadgets and start playing all those low-cost spells, draw through his entire deck, and then be able to pull out some miracles. And we saw that a little bit earlier on. So the Shaman in this situation wants to play a little bit faster.
Yep.
They want to force out a lot of those early removal spells before they can use those with the Gadgets and to be able to draw some cards.
Yeah, you can see it there with Fraser. He was hovering over that Manatite Totem, and he was about to drop it on the board, but he thought, you know what? Removal like Deadly Poison, I would rather not have a Rogue hit my 0-3 for 3.
Yeah.
So something like the Unbound Elemental, really going to be able to just give him a bit more consistency here in the early game. Yeah. Not just get choked out by a few cheap spells and then have that Rogue really start to snowball on turn 5.
Yeah, and that sort of plays into that. Got to play quicker. I got to play fast.
I got to play fast. I think that Fraser is probably the most hydrated Hearthstone player of all time. I feel like every time I look at his webcam, he's drinking a pint of water.
Yeah, and it is a pint.
And it is a pint.
Because he is from the UK.
Yep.
It is not, they don't use, well, I just call it a glass of water.
They use the imperial system over there, or I don't even know. Hogs heads and yards and rods.
Yeah.
Madness.
He's going to have a swig.
He's gonna it's
a unit of measurement.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to try and stay away from that because these UK Hearthstone players could actually all gang up on us this tournament.
Yeah.
After this match, we're going to see Max, who's also from the UK, so I hear.
Yeah, we could see an all-UK final. And then, of course, we saw Blackout as well earlier.
Right, but he can't touch us now that he's out.
Yeah.
He's not going to see us at the LAN finals in a couple months.
Yeah, with his
stretched face. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Stretched face.
I'm a big fan of Blackout, no hate.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty commanding board from Fraser's Shaman, but the thing about Miracle Rogue is you're never more than like a Deadly Poison Blade Flurry away, and what do you know? He's got those 2 cards in hand.
Yeah. And he's only a little bit of spell power away from being able to clear this as well, but okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
This is actually looking really good for him. He has so many ways to deal with this board. Like a SI agent or something like that is really all he needs, and the board goes back to being neutral, and then again, he's in a great spot for that Gadgets and Auctioneer to just start snowballing the game in his favor.
Yeah. And I believe D2, you said residing in Japan. He's an American guy.
I know that was true at in the run-up to BlizzCon.
Yeah. Maybe not so much anymore?
No, I think he's kind of back and forth.
Okay.
Especially now that he's got those earnings from BlizzCon, maybe he's a bit freer to take that long trip.
Maybe he'll just fly back and forth just for the heck of it.
In his private Hearthstone jet.
I don't think he won that much.
Yeah, but D2 in the run-up to BlizzCon, he qualified through the Americas qualifier, which is hosted in New York, and then flew back to Japan, and then flew in again to California for those finals. And again, a top 4 finish, really strong player.
And looks like he's in an okay position in this game.
Yep.
Plays a low tap. He's got a lot of ways to draw next turn. He's got the Gadgets in as well as the coin plus the prep. So he is probably thinking, you know what, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Also, he has the Deadly Poison already applied to his weapon along with the Blade Flurry. So really anything that Fraser throws at him, I don't think he's really afraid of much.
Mm-hmm. And I've made this mistake before, but the 3rd card from the left for Fraser gives a minion Wind Fury, correct?
No.
Oh, sorry. What? Oh, is that Forked Lightning?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry.
We have
There
a very
go.
low resolution.
Yeah, sorry.
We have a very low resolution
Whoops.
monitor here.
Yeah, all right. And actually, yeah, we did see that Forked Lightning against a Zoo, I think, from Dart
Yeah.
earlier on. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but
We did.
we did, yeah. And that is the Ancient Mage type of
Did
shaman.
you say Ancient Mage?
Oh, I sure did.
Wow.
Wait, viewers may be a bit confused. What is an Ancient Mage? I've never heard. Did he mean Dalaran Mage?
Yeah.
No. Ancient Mage gives, I think, the
Adjacent minions,
adjacent
each
minions.
plus 1 spell power. It's a
Yeah.
2/5. I'm sure you guys know what it is, but just in case.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, not to be confused with the Dalaran Mage, the 1/4. Used to be a 2/4, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Back in
Dalaran
the
Mage
day.
used to be included in almost every single deck.
Yep. But when you'll start to see this deck come together, I did mention this earlier. We saw it, I think, Strife Crow running a very similar list way back at IM Shenzhen.
Yeah.
And pretty much the point is you get a lot of kind of tokeny minions. These, obviously the totems you can summon as well as like the Spirit Wolves, and then you blast your opponent with.
Whoa!
Oh,
Fan
wow.
of Knives into a prep
Okay.
Blade Flurry. His deck is crazy.
This guy's deck is crazy.
Yeah, he's going to be able to clear the
Wow.
entire
Double
board
Fan of
here,
Knives, too.
plus draw into just about everything that he could possibly ever need in this matchup. And then you know what? To top it all off,
Goes face instead of going for the.
he still has the Blade Flurry.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Going to top it all off if his Gadgetzan survives the turn, which it won't. Then he could conceal. But he just
Thank
drew
you.
through so much of his deck. Look at all these
D2's
options
looking
he's
happy
going
with
to have.
that one, yeah. Yeah, I made the classic mistake. The mistake you make as a player when you're playing against Miracle Rogue, where you just say, oh, yeah, I'll let him do his thing, and then you kind of forget about it for a couple minutes and come
Yeah.
back when it's your turn. Can't do that as a caster because D2 just went through a phenomenal series of draws.
Yeah.
Fraser looked like he was in the lead, but then all of a sudden that's what Miracle Rogue does best. Lots of control.
Yeah, you have a full board. Your enemy looks like they're running out of cards. And they have an empty board. You go to get a drink, you come back. There's a Gadgetzan Auctioneer concealed on the board. Your opponent has 9 cards. And somehow all your cards disappeared too.
Yeah, where'd they go? I was ready to talk big about Fraser's Ancient Mage working off that excessive board presence, but then what do you know? He's down to just 2. We'll see. We'll see if it comes into play later, but
Yeah.
for now, really tricky spot for Fraser.
Yeah. This could be a good turn to use the sap. Not going to really find many better targets than that Unbound Elemental. There's other ways that he can remove it. He has Deadly Poison along with the SI Agent.
I wonder what he's going to use. So this Faceless is strictly to push for lethal with the Haha. That's the South
with the
Sea
South Sea
deckhand.
Deckhand, yeah. And he
And
has
the
drawn
Cold
into
Blood.
the Cold Blood as well, so that combination is available to him right now.
Something like 12.
Well, it's
No,
20
14.
damage, the whole combo,
The full
if you
combo
use
with
double
2
Cold Blood.
Bloods.
And then since you will always have a weapon, because you have to have a weapon to have charge, it's at least 21 damage with the double Cold Blood Faces combination. Since he has 1 Cold Blood in his hand right now, of course it would only be 12 damage. Only 12 damage
Only 12
in a single
damage.
turn
Oh,
from his hand.
pitiful. But that is dependent on Fraser not getting his own dream combo down.
Yeah.
We've seen the double Lava Burst in his deck. We know that he's also capable of doing crazy things.
Yeah. Just Lightning Bolt the face, throw down the Mana Tide, and hope that your next 2 cards are both Lava Bursts.
Genius.
And then you still would be... Yeah, you'd still be 2 points off lethal.
Uh-huh.
Even if your Spell Power Totem survived.
Poor guy. So I sort of looking like his line of play might be this Argus, and then a Lightning Bolt to the 3/3. I feel like putting an Argus down is a great way to play around the 1 health South Sea deckhand. If that thing hits face, you're in trouble, but if it hits a minion, even just a 1/3, you're pretty happy.
Yep.
That's what he's going to do. Go ahead and clear that SI Agent off the board and hope for the best in this coming turn, looking at the crazy amount of cards that D2's Rogue has built up. Ooh, Van Cleef.
His hand is really
He's got
full
the
right
conceal
now
at
with a
least.
lot of cards that aren't
Yep.
going to do too much for him, actually.
I feel like he would love to see a Blade Flurry.
Well,
It seems like
usually
it fits so nicely.
he already used 1 Blade Flurry, and usually, unless you're running like a second weapon,
Mm-hmm.
like an Assassin's Blade. Even then, usually one Blade Flurry is all that rogues run.
Which I always thought was interesting. I always feel like Fan of Knives seems so weak in comparison, but you know, you saw the power of that double Fan of Knives with double prep.
Yeah.
That was the combination that started D2's Pain Train.
Yeah. Yeah, at least it can help cycle through your deck. If you Blade Flurry on turn 2 or turn 3, I'm going to Blade Flurry. It makes a lot more sense to just Fan of Knives on turn 3, cycle through your deck, draw a card.
Come on, D2. 6/6 Van Cleef, you can do better than that.
Come on.
You can do better than that.
Weak.
All right, he could even actually get rid of that Van Cleef if he wanted, but yeah, I think it's not a bad bet just to clear it off with a flame. With the Fire Elemental.
Yeah, he wants to be careful here. It's actually, no, he doesn't have a weapon equipped. No. So next turn, I think it's really close to lethal for Fraser. No, not quite. If he draws a second Cold Blood, then it is. He wouldn't have the mana for it, but.
Oop, Taunt Totem. Again, a nice way to stop that double South Sea Deckhand combo.
Yep, that's going to do wonders in keeping him alive for this game. He still has that Mana Tide Totem. So
and it is good to point out, I think, that if you can really get a board presence against Miracle Row or just anyone who wants to use a taunt as a finisher, if you have a couple totems down, your chance of rolling that taunt totem every single time goes up. And then if you have 3 totems down on the board, you're guaranteed to get the taunt totem time and time again.
Yep. All right, so here he is setting it up for lethal. I don't see many ways that Fraser could draw that's going to keep him alive.
Yeah, just too much board control coming down, it seems. The Fire Elemental's nice.
Fire Elemental plus Argus could keep him alive for an extra turn.
Oh, wow, he's eyeing that Forked Lightning, though. It's actually not really going to do anything.
Oh, he totems up. Wow.
Oh, and he gets a Taunt Totem. That's not bad. He's maybe considering the Mana Tide Totem and then just putting down the Argus.
Yeah, I think he feels a little bit too safe here. 21 health, while, hey, that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But we know that D2 is coming dangerously close to having that lethal.
Yep.
A lot of cards, a lot of those great cards in his hand that he needs. He needs one more Cold Blood to sort of push into that 21 damage range, but he also has a lot of creatures on the board.
So that South Sea Deckhand is a 2/1 with charge. The Cold Blood is 4 each if it's a combo.
2/1 with charge only if you have a weapon equipped. I've seen people use the weapon charge before they attack with the South Sea Deckhand, and it loses charge.
But then the great thing is you dagger up again and you say, don't worry, man, it was all planned.
Yeah.
You get that charge right back.
And then you Blade Flurry, and then you realize that, hey, you just got rid of your dagger again.
Yeah.
And then you
Whoops. But then, no, I'm not even.
Then you equip your Assassin's Blade.
They'll never see it coming. But yeah, I always forget, especially when I was just starting out with Miracle Rogue, I forgot that charge isn't a battle cry. So it kind of gets your heart pumping, and then you realize, oh, no, wait. Just got to dagger up. We're cool.
We're cool.
We're cool.
Ooh. That's not a good
Spirit, though. That is a great way to keep his face out of that South Sea Deckhand range.
Yep.
What is his plan here? He could trade the Violet Teacher into the Taunt and the Van Cleef into the 1/4 and then maybe Conceal? Or probably just backstab the O2. Get rid of his Violet Teacher.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of options here. He doesn't have to rely on the South Sea Deckhand Cold Blood combo.
But at the same time, he's also running out of cards. So he doesn't want to run out of steam here before he can make a dent in that health total. Bring him closer to that South Sea Cold Blood Faceless combination. So he doesn't want to cycle through his deck too much here.
I am ready to learn.
He's also getting tokens for every single spell he's going to use.
Oh, wow. Back to back.
Whoa.
I am ready to learn.
Backstab to backstab.
Backstab to backstab.
Yep. So it doesn't really change his play much as far as how much damage he's going to be able to go to face.
Yeah, he can
clear
sneak
one.
in 6 damage if he wants to dagger up.
He has to sneak in a measly 6 damage to his face.
Wait.
What?
Whoa. But he still has the Cold Blood and the South Sea. I'm surprised he didn't want to do anything with that. I guess he's just trying to play safe.
Oh, there's
a
the
second
Cold Blood. And he didn't attack. He gets a weird
Definitely
sequence
dagger
of
up.
plays
Really,
here.
really odd.
A weird
But-
sequence of plays, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Oh, but at the same time, his board is full.
Oh, wow. Are these Violet? Now, he can always
He-
trade them in. He can always trade them in as long as there's damage on the board.
Yeah. But if he plays Feral Spirit here, oh, Feral Spirit. There's the Ancient Mage. I think he
There
only
it
runs
is.
one because we've been through a few games. He actually mulliganed it away in the first game, and we never saw it again.
Never saw it again.
Never
Yeah,
saw
not-
it again.
Not really the card he wants, especially now that Argus is down. And it's a really tough spot because it looks like these tokens may be enough to punch through the feral spirit wolves. It's gonna be close.
Maybe he's trying to just like flush him out. I'm gonna fatigue you.
Fatigue him. It is a perfect 10 mana combo to dagger up and then play the 4 cards D2 currently has.
Doesn't even need to dagger up though.
Well, if he wants to use the charge he has right now just to try and break through these feral spirit wolves,
But at the same time,
I think it's game.
every time each Cold Blood that he uses is gonna draw into his deck. He's only got 2 cards left, I think. How close to? Well,
There's a sap though, so sap is going to get through one of those wolves, and that is probably going to be game going in favor of D2, unless maybe a Taunt Totem saves him. I don't think it does.
no,
think it's
Taunt
D2.
Totem would not save him. Yeah, I think
So
that's
Fraser.
easy taking it.
He played the match very well. Sorry, the game very well, but it does look like D2 is going to be able to take game number 1 of this series with that very strong deck. Let's see.
Fraser's happy that he got the taunt on him, but little does he know.
Little does he know. Here we go. The sap on the 2/3.
Doesn't
2
even
tokens
need-
traded in.
Yeah, there's so many ways that he could do this here.
Yeah. So he can't use the dagger hit.
As soon as Fraser sees the South Sea deckhand, he's
it's over. He needs 14 damage from the 2
oh,
deckhands,
no.
and he gets that easily.
Oh, look at his face.
I'm out of cards.
He throws up the well played. He knows what's about to happen. D2 gets all the way to the fatigue. He was so close to running out of steam in this Miracle Rogue deck. As long as he sees this, trades the 4/4 into the 0-2, he's got the game. And there it is. Faceless Manipulator going to go down onto the 10-1 with charge. That is going to deal exactly 20 damage. He was 7 points past
Wow.
lethal. That is the power of the Miracle Rogue deck.
Yeah.
The game, it is going to be Fraser's Warlock versus D2's Hunter.
Yeah, and you can already see D2 right away. Great hand.
Really solid stuff.
Undertaker.
Undertaker, Leper Gnome.
Yeah, all it takes is that Undertaker and then 1 Death Rattle creature, and it constitutes a great hand.
Yep.
Oh, and a Mortal Coil.
Mortal Coil, we were just talking about this in the first match of the day. Frey seems to be one of the few zoos still running Mortal Coil.
Yeah. And I don't know how it's going to work. It's great in Hunter. Gives you that
It's
extra
great
card
against
draw
Hunter.
without having to use the life tap.
Yep.
So you save yourself 2 health.
Really solid deck tech against, if you think you're going to face a lot of Hunter or a lot of other zoos who can get minions down to 1 health. But it does look like he's throwing it back. I think he wants a stronger start.
Yeah, he wants a board.
He wants a board.
Yeah, and using that Mortal Coil is great because it helps you cycle a little bit better. But at the same time, what's a Mortal Coil going to do against an Undertaker? It's great against the Leper Gnome or the Web Spinner, but you really want to get that Undertaker.
Oh no! On second thought, he decides to keep the Mortal Coil and the Abusive Sergeant, throwing back just that Doom Guard, and he gets an Undertaker for himself. So he'll be able to play that on turn 1, and this is going to do a great job of answering D2's Undertaker Coin Leper Gnome.
Yeah.
And he gets the Leper Gnome off the top. If D2 goes for that line of play, a Leper Gnome of his own and a Mortal Coil to shut down D2's Leper Gnome.
Oh, wow.
That is a really interesting deck tech from Fraser, and I think we're about to see exactly what it's meant to do.
The battle of the Leper Gnomes and Undertakers.
Yep.
Who will prevail?
He could put the Abusive Sergeant down on his own Undertaker.
I think the better line of
That's
Leper
not
Gnome.
bad.
Leper Gnome, throw your Undertaker into his Undertaker, and then Mortal Coil his Undertaker.
That's good too.
Your Undertaker survives. His Undertaker does not survive. And you have a Leper Gnome. And he has a Leper Gnome. Everybody gets a leopard gnome.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a good point. It's gonna. This is. I like Phrase. He's one of those players who likes to sit there and just think about everything we just said for the next 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Start the clock.
Yeah. Talked to Fraser before the game. Said
So
he likes to talk to his cards.
that was Dart you said that about. Don't try and pull a fast one on me.
They all do.
Yeah, they all do it. Someone's got to keep them company through these 2 to 3 hour matches that they sometimes play.
You have to be one with your cards. Your cards need to be your friends.
Yep. So
Wouldn't want to be friends with a leopard gnome.
you said Leper Gnome Mortal Coil. I said Abusive Sergeant Mortal Coil. Let's see. Who's Phrase tier?
Oh!
Oh.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right, I am officially as good as Phrase. So if ESL wants to send me my prize pool. Oh no, but he called it a mistake.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Seems like a great play to me.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal turn there from D2 though.
He tuned in, heard you agree with the
Yeah,
play, and
yeah.
he goes, "Oh no! Milk
Milk agreed with me. Oh
Ah,
man.
God.
All
We have a
right.
rematch.
Is he gonna play the Flame Imp here? I don't see why not.
Oh, do we want to go for this again?
Oh yeah, all right, 50-50. Let's take bets,
Flame
boys.
Imp Haunted Creeper.
Flame Imp Haunted Creeper is also my play, just because Leper
Okay,
Gnome.
well, I'm zoning Leopard Gnome Haunted
Oh
Creeper.
man, but that gets synergy with the Undertaker, the second Undertaker in his deck. And again, proving why we're the casters and
Yep.
not the guys on the production team who think that Soulfire Tap is the line of play here.
Yeah.
Genius.
Genius.
Genius. Soulfire your own face and then tap. That way you get closer to the Molten Giants you aren't running.
Yeah, actually play your Leopard Gnome, Soulfire your Leopard Gnome, then tap.
All right. Now
All
you're
right,
getting out
that's
of hand.
That's enough. We'll put a stop to this.
I am surprised he didn't play the Flame Imp, though.
No.
Oh, no. 2 Soulfires in hand.
Yeah, maybe he should have played that Soulfire last
The
turn.
producers were right. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Oh, man. And
Okay.
the Harvest Golem, too. This is just rough stuff.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that this is going to be a Flame Imp turn. Although, if you were wanting to play around AoE, I guess you could double Soulfire. Wow, ending the turn.
Yeah, maybe
He's
he's
playing
just,
around that AoE.
he's just going to hope that Flame Imp gets discarded because that'll be 3 damage to his face that he doesn't want to take. He doesn't want to... That Flame Imp's sort of a liability to play because
Yeah.
it makes Unleash the Hound stronger. It does damage to you. And this is really great. He's 4 mana, you think, oh, well, he's got to play something. No, he's got the Unleash the Hounds Knife Juggler combination.
That is going to clear a lot of minions.
Saying, what's up, D2? Or, sorry, what's up, Phrase? I'm D2.
Do you
Play more
the,
minions.
Yeah, do you play the Doomguard here is, I'd say, a big question.
Yeah, play Doomguard.
It's just such a,
Battle Cry
it's a
is-
strong, solid minion.
Yeah, Battle Cry being discards 2 Soulfires from your hand.
Exactly. Watch. No, I think the Battle Cry is discard a Harvest Golem and a Flame Imp.
I would
All right,
Soulfire
third
face.
bet of the match.
I would Soulfire face.
Really?
Yeah. Got to get rid of those Soulfires sometime. Probably not going to have more than
Alright.
5 cards in your hand for the rest of the game.
1 in 4 chance discarding that Doomguard.
Yeah.
I like those odds. 75% chance of YOLO.
In order of
That's how you got to play Zoo.
in order of what you want to discard, Flame Imp will be on the top of your list.
Right. Harvest
The
Golem second.
Harvest Golem
Oh, no.
sec-
Second Soulfire second.
I don't
guess.
know. I would want to keep the second Soulfire over the Harvest Golem.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But he's decided to play super conservatively, dropping both the Flame Imp and, I'd assume, the Harvest Golem.
Yeah.
No, what?
Oh, so I think he's definitely going to use the Soulfire here.
Oh, he wants the Doomguard as well, you think? Or no, just
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's an interesting line to play here from Phrase.
boom.
Puts an extra creature on the board. Gets deeper into his deck, though, so next turn he'll have 6 cards to go for that.
A bit lucky that D2 drew the second bow there.
Yeah. So
That
this
Eagle Horn bow is not really going to do a whole lot, at least for the next 2 turns.
this is
Oh,
going to
wow.
be... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is
Look
my
at those
favorite
juggles.
combo. 5 juggles and 5 damage. This is a 10 power Unleash the Hound.
You get a knife.
You get a knife. Leper Gnome gets a knife. Is it going to hit the Abusive Sergeant?
Wow, this is a ridiculous combo going on here.
Oh, it was so close to perfect, too.
And then he can just go face with a lot of these.
Or he could just clear the entire board and still
the
keep some
entire
power
board.
up.
Wow.
Wow. 3 more doggies sacrificed.
Yeah, I
and
would
then
just clear the board. Why
Fraser's
not?
out of a board.
Why not at this point? 1-1s can be tough for Zoo to deal with, though. And putting that Zoo lock on a clock has a lot of merit.
Yeah.
Putting him at 15 health can be a pretty big deal. To be honest, I would go face.
You would go face?
Yeah, there's always a risk that Harvest Golem will get buffed up, but at the same time, like I said, it's so hard for Zoo to be able to clear those 1-1s that you're going to have them to trade next turn regardless.
Yep.
And you're at 15 health too. You need to start putting on the pressure. I agree with this play.
So far, the 3-2 for sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't tap because probably
so
you want a
low,
Doom Guard
yeah.
to put on pressure as well.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
He's hanging,
damage.
though.
in
How much
D2's
damage is this? This is 8 plus 5 is 13.
Wow, this is lethal. If he...
No, he needs...
No, it is.
Well... Oh, yeah, yeah.
If
Sorry,
he
with the
doesn't
Hearthstone, if
discard-
he doesn't discard either
Oh my
his first
gosh.
Soulfire
Is he
or
gonna
his
do
Doom
it?
Guard,
This is exact lethal. He's... Wow.
he sees it for sure. He's counting this up. All right, there's one.
Oh!
Oh, the Doom
Whoa!
Guard goes down.
Wow.
And Fraser is not happy with that.
Yikes.
You
Wow.
got to take those risks, though.
Yeah.
You have to take those risks.
Yeah.
But now he is just in such a tricky position. Gonna want to play that Gnome. Gonna want to play the Egg. Just in case of like an explosive trap or something. This way he's still in the game. There is 9 power. Plus the kill command is 5.
14.
He's 1 damage off
Just needs to
lethal
draw
now.
into 1 damage, even if he clears the Harvest Golem. Well, he's going to clear the Knife Juggler, no matter what.
For
He's
sure.
Debating on whether or not he wants to clear with the Soulfire.
Right, but he can't tap and he can't Flame Imp.
Wow. So close.
And that is 1 Doomguard dead and both Soulfires used after this turn, which means he no longer has those outs. He's got to use this Soulfire to go face and just pray that he gets his remaining Doomguard and his opponent doesn't get any other source of damage off the top. He's got a Soulfire face. All right, good. Fraser is still in it for one more turn. Oh, no. No, no! He was saved by the rope!
Oh, the rope
He was
saved
saved by
him.
the rope!
Wow.
He is going to watch these VODs and
Yes.
just pray to his guardian angel, the
Thank you,
snake
rope.
trap, the top deck. He is 1 damage off lethal. What is D2 going to do now?
Wow. You're going to block the 2 damage. That's a good choice.
Crucial.
Yeah, I don't think there's
That
very
way
many ways.
You play around the Doomguard.
Yeah, because he's used both Soulfires. He knows that. 1 Doomguard was discarded. So Doomguard, tap, Power Overwhelming, Doomguard, tap, Abusive Sergeant. These are his only outs right now. This game is over next turn unless he draws into a very, very specific combination of cards.
Argus. Tap.
Uh,
Lotheb.
wait.
Nope. No. Wait.
It's over.
No.
He can Argus.
Oh, he can either. Yeah. All right. Wow. What an incredible game, too, between D2 and Fraser. Unfortunately, Fraser is going to fall
There's the
down. He
concede.
even pops out the concede.
Yikes.
D2 is now up 2-0 in this match.
Yeah, and Fraser. We're Fraser boys.
Let's find out as we go into game number 3 between these two guys. Fraser qualifying through the open bracket. D2 feeling so confident off the top of round of 4 placement at
Yeah.
BlizzCon.
So before Nax, the Warrior matchup was terrible against Zoo. It was really hard for Warriors to play against Zoo. They usually overwhelmed you earlier on. It's a little bit better now with the addition of Sledge Belchers and the Death's Bite. But you really need to get weapons early on.
Doomguard in the opening hand of D2, though. It's not always what you want to see. You usually want to see those cards come a little bit later.
This is a pretty decent hand, though. Ooh. This is a rough turn.
Yeah, what do you even do here?
You
Point
can-
out the
You can
anything?
do that, but at the same time, you want to save that Iron Beak Owl for more impactful cards.
What about whirlwinding just a single minion just so that Cruel Taskmaster can go down and kill the Flame Imp next turn? Not worth it?
The preemptive Whirlwind is on one creature. If you're using the Whirlwind and you're not clearing anything off the board, it's not that great.
Yep.
I respect his choice to just go ahead and pass.
Yep. But still, 6 power now down on the board for D2. He is looking very strong on that zoo. Fraser has to pick up some kind of card draw to claw his way back into this game.
Yeah, this is just really awkward. He can Whirlwind, coin out his Cruel Taskmaster to clear one of these. He can armor up and Shield Slam.
Armor up, coin, Shield Slam looks to be his chain of play.
Yeah, I would think that's the best. Against a Zoolock, you want to use that Shield Slam as best as you can.
See what he's going to do. He really likes to think these turns too. That is the sign of a very experienced player, despite the fact that we're seeing this guy only for the first time.
Yeah, so this is a really tough decision here.
I'm already impressed though, man.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Fraser.
Hashtag Team Fraser. Yeah. And it is tied, or it's D2 is up 2-0 in this series.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. So what is he gonna do? There's the yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the coin Shield Slam line of play, taking out that Knife Juggler.
Yeah. You're not going to get many chances to armor up in this game. You don't want to save your Shield Slam for the off chance that you get the shield block before it gets out of control. So using it as soon as you can is probably the best choice.
Yep. So he still has that Whirlwind, and he does have the Cruel Taskmaster. That is a potential clear he could go for. Ooh, there's the Armor Smith, though. So he does lose the ability to use either of those 2 cards on an Armor Smith. That's often the combo that you want, though.
Yeah.
There we go.
Beautiful.
That's why they're the best in the business. You can now see that D2 is the Warlock. He's up 2-0 in this match. And things are looking like it might go his way with this great opening start.
Yeah.
Although, you know what I just noticed is his hand is looking super clunky.
Yeah, that's really bad. He's going to want to... Ooh, yeah. No, this is actually pretty good. He's going to be able to play the Argus here. That's going to protect all of his minions from the Death Bite except for the one that's going to be targeted.
Right. And you do not want to hit a minion with just 2 health with the Death Bite, which could potentially deal 5 damage.
Oh, no.
He has the Owl, so he has the armor up, so he no longer needs to do that.
He could Armor Smith, throw his Death Bite into either the Leper Gnome or the Harvest Golem, Shield Slam one, execute the other.
He could also Owl the Leper Gnome, armor up, Shield Slam the 3-2, and then slam into the Undertaker, leaving just the Argus. You're looking at me like a proud father. You're looking at me like, wow, I taught this man how to play Control Warrior just by looking at Fraser.
But then the Iron Beak Owl will die. It's inevitable. The Iron Beak Owl always dies.
It always dies. In tournament play, this guy is like, it
Screw
might as well
you,
be a
Iron Beak Owl.
spell. It might as well be a spell.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, instead he's looking for something different.
Shield
yeah,
Slam.
looks to Shield Slam.
Use the Shield
There we go.
Slams whenever you can.
Yep.
The #1 rule.
Yep.
Of everything, of the world.
It's just the way. It's the way the world works.
Yeah.
All right, does he play the Argus here? Yes, he does.
He's starting to get to dangerous health totals, though. 14 health, and he's got a pretty big board staring back at him.
Yep. He does have the execute for the 3/3 Argus, and he's got a shield block. Oh, and there's the Baron Geddon. It's only one
for next
turn away.
Yeah. You got a shield block first to... Ooh, maybe not. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like shield blocking and just dropping that Armor Smith is a great way to set up the Baron Geddon on the next turn.
Yes.
Correct.
I always like when streamers say, is that right?
Is that right?
It's Hearthstone.
Do we win?
We're not talking about any specific
Yeah,
streamers
no,
here.
all streamers say that, right?
Oh!
Wow, the
that
Alex,
could
too.
end up being a really big deal here.
Yesterday in the Open Finals, there was a crazy match, Fraser versus Max. Fraser got down to just 1 health and was able to claw his way back in with Baron Geddon and with Alexstrasza. We're going to see if he can do it again this time, or if 9 damage is just not enough to stay in the game. It's not looking good.
If he plays Baron Geddon, he's dead next
dead.
turn. Because there will be 7 damage facing on the board no matter what.
Oh,
the
Sludge Belcher off the top, though.
Digging him out of a hole.
Digging him out of a hole, indeed.
That Doom Guard is the hole.
Yeah. Does he? Yeah, okay, there we go. He does decide to trade in to the Abusive Sergeant, just praying that he's going to be able to take that down and have a more direct answer for the Doom Guard.
That's not going to help him win.
All right, that's going to be 5 damage going to the face. Keeps the Armor Smith up, it seems, yeah. Golem goes down, Creeper goes down. It's looking really, really bad here.
If he plays Baron-Geddon, he's still dead because there would still be 7 damage remaining on the board, and he would have 4 health.
And there's nothing he can do about these
And
tokens
there's the
either.
well played.
Baron-Geddon drops. He knows it's over. Even the tokens are enough to end this game, and that is going to be D2
Wow.
advancing not only to the finals of today's stream, but also